Greetings, this is Devane and welcome back to Let's Play Avernum. If you remember, this is the original Avernum and not the remake Avernum Escape from the Pit. Well, one thing to note is quite interesting is that for some reason I've noticed that the cursor isn't actually being recorded along with the game. So where I'm talking about this area here, as I randomly move my mouse to point to somewhere on the map, it's not actually showing up. So looks like I'm not entirely sure how useful this is going to be for you now, but still it isn't going to stop us from seeing the story that is Avernum. If you remember, we explored Fort Avernum and we should now be ready to leave the fort on our adventures, and we will do that now. I mean, have fun letting the cows out, because I like doing that. There we go. This is our map. We are now out in the realm of Avernum. We're just outside the Fort Avernum. There's a road. Let's just follow the road for now and see what's going on. So if we look at B, it says, you read the sign, Dovno, 30 miles north, Silvar, 20 miles west. Okay, so we can follow the road. Basically, even though it just goes a bit round here, we can follow and spread out our map, and we will head to Silvar, since it is the biggest town in this area, and it is, well, right here. So we will, let's enter Silvar. Silvar is a nice, lovely town, bigger one that we've got so far. So let's have a wander and see what we can find in here. You read the sign, Anastasia's armor. If you remember, one of the minor tasks we were asked for in Fort Avernum was to see if we could find someone called Anastasia. Is this the person? Let's have a look and see. Talking to Anastasia. Behind the counter there is a middle-aged woman wearing a huge steel breastplate. 1. What do you sell in this shop? I sell armor. You can buy some here if you have the cash, or sell some if you don't. How interesting. Why do I need armor? You'll need it if you plan to travel around down here. Don't count on getting any iron or steel armor though. Damn expensive. Hard to make it down here. Leather's cheap though. Bronze is okay. And magic, forget it. Ephraim makes all the armor that we sell. Who is Ephraim? My husband. He makes weapons in the smithy next door. Ask him about Demon Slayer, she chuckles. Do you have any magic items down here? A few. The mages down here, such as they are, have a really tough time making magic armor. Potions and scrolls, sure, but armor, almost never. Okay. I met someone named Warwick. She's looking for you. She's in Fort Avernum. Really? My sister is down here? That is terrible. I was hoping she would be able to evade the cruel forces of the Empire. Thank you for letting me know. If you see her again, please tell her that I will go there and bring her here as soon as possible. Okay. I'd like to buy some armor and maybe sell something. Okay. Now this is the shopping interface. Basically we get a whole bunch of options here for stuff that we can buy. We've got 200 gold. So, and we can see what they do. I mean, there's some basic stuff there. If we click on the question mark, you can see a description that tells you how much it's worth, how much it weighs, what happens, and a general description of what they are. We're not going to buy anything there at the moment. We will probably come back though. Just want to check, see if there's anything to sell. Sell some rocks. No. We can sell some sandals if we wanted. Let's have a look at the sandals. This is a pair of boots. It weighs 2 pounds, is worth 8 coins. When you get hitting damage, this prevents 1 to 1 points of damage. The most common sort of footwear in Avernum are sandals and boots, formed from tan leather from the hides of lizards. The bigger the lizard, the tougher the shoe. Well, we don't really need them, so we will sell them now. We can also sell, let's have a look at the stone dagger. This is a one-handed weapon. It weighs 4 pounds, is worth 5 coins. This weapon does 2 to 12 minus 1 points of damage per hit. The hit chance depends on your melee weapon skill. A dagger is a long knife, about a foot long, suitable for creating several large holes in whatever happens to be bothering you at the moment. Bottom of the line for cutting weapons. So we'll get rid of that. I mean, that's giving us an extra 5 gold. At the moment we're not selling for much, and if you look, the poor studded armour, which is the highest armour we can buy here in town at the moment. I forgot where we are. I think it's Silvar, is it? Is 90. So obviously we won't get much. Then we can buy some shields and stuff. But chances are most of what we will find if we can buy here, we will find when we're out and about anyway. So we've all done that. And with that we will leave. Let's go back to the auto map. I mean, we could have a nice look around. There's nothing in here. But we could have a look and see what's in these chests. For example, we have a small steel shield, some leather armour, chainmail, and some plate mail. Now I like looking in chests, even if I don't take anything, because it gives you some idea of where things are. You never know. If something was to happen, then the more unscrupulous might decide to just attack the town and do whatever. But be wary, because you do kind of need the towns and stuff to rest and to heal and to train and everything else. Speaking of training, let's go up here. B. You read the sign. Hall of Training. Ignorance cured for a reasonable fee. Okay, let's go. We have, well, this is basically the training hall. And I'll show you how we train here. Go. You see a big scarred man. The reddish lines on his face stand out starkly against his fishy white skin. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get those horrible scars? I encountered some bandits while wandering the areas around Silvar. Be wary if they travel north. Bandits set traps for those such as them. What do you do here? I train people. Then they can go end up like me. How do I train? Come in here and I'll work you over in our battle pit. You'll be in much better shape after a few rounds with me. And it says to train a character, enter a training room and press the train button. Which you can see next to, well, next to the inventory and other bits. But we'll carry on. What sort of special things can you teach me? Well, there's one unusual thing I know how to do. I've always been exceptionally good at bartering. I can help you learn how to negotiate with anyone about anything for a price. Interested? Sounds interesting, but I think I'll pass. Alright, good luck to you. So, we will train and might talk to him about learning to barter. Let's have a look and see what, sorry. Let's see what we can get. There's no items nearby. The items in the pit look extremely interesting, so let's have a look and see if they're available. No. No. Can't move. So, let's see what we can grab. We have a stone short sword and a stone spear. So there's not much of interest here except training, which I'll do now. Okay, as you can see, we have Philip. Now what we do is we started with 5 skill points. We could have had some more. We could have we could have applied these before we started, but I thought I would leave them to show you how we train. Every time you get experience up to your next level, you get a whole bunch of skill points. And if you look here, it will show you how much it costs in terms of money and in terms of skill points. Now, I could make Philip start learning into a mage if I wanted to. Could boost his luck. There's some tool use and some other bits there. Could increase his melee weapons. But what I do like doing, especially this early, is increasing endurance. Endurance measures how hardy you are. The more endurance you have, the more health points you'll have, and the less poison and other such afflictions will affect you. It also helps resist harmful magic. So we'll buy a point in that. That's taken away points, and you'll notice that our health has gone up by 2. Okay. Measures how much damage you can take before you die. To increase this, buy more endurance. Your health total is roughly equal to half your level times your endurance. It says very roughly because you do get quite a big bonus to start with. I mean, our endurance is currently 6. Half our level, well, that should be fine. We should really only have we should really only have 3 hit points if that formula is correct. But you do get a hefty starting bonus, so you'll notice it goes up, and then as you get higher levels, it will sort of level out to this formula that's being mentioned. Also, what else you will notice is that when we do take endurance, our poison resistance goes up, and here, let's have a look. Helps you resist the effects of poison. Each level increases your chance of resisting a poison attack by 5%. So with poison resistance of 7, we have 35% chance to resist. It says the base value of this skill is endurance plus luck, which we don't have, plus half of hardiness, of which we have some here. So there are plenty of things that we can do. When we're done, we've spelt our points, which it comes off, we will, okay, we've done that. We'll leave that at that. Let's go to the next one, who's Melissa. Now Melissa, as you can see, I could do the same thing, 5 points. Could do tool use. She's using thrown weapons at the moment, melee weapons, but I'll do the same thing and go with endurance for this first bit, because having more health always helps. Rosala, again, I mean, she could learn mage skills and do that. What you may notice is that sometimes, once you've spent certain points, the actual skill points it costs to increase it actually goes up, as does the price. So learning a new skill is relatively easy, but learning skills you've already got can take quite a bit. Luckily though, trips between town for training can often see you get quite a few levels and therefore quite a few skill points between. Now, for Mycroft, I could go with endurance. You'll notice it's only 4 skill points for him. Or there's dexterity. How fast you are on your feet helps you act sooner in combat, hit more often, and be more likely to hit foes. And of course there's strength as well. How much damage your blows do in combat. So we'll have a look. I mean, I like doing dexterity because it doesn't show you your armour, but you do get a bonus to it. Because what else you'll notice, for example, is skills like defence. We've got no points in it because its starting base value is dexterity divided by 4, and we've only got 2. So increasing dexterity increases the various dexterity-based skills. So they can't afford to increase mage skills yet, and while I could take some points in arcane law, it's not really anything I want to do, so I will take dexterity for Mycroft. I mean, like I said, I could have done that at the start for free instead of spending so much money, but to be honest, I wanted to show you what happens here. But this, once it's done, that is set, we'll go there. Now, let's have a look. How much is this skill? So we'll go through the dialogue again. What sort of things can you teach me? Sounds interesting. I'd like to learn about that. Now, the interesting thing is skills and recipes and stuff like that use a similar interface to buying shops rather than going through combat. I mean, going through dialogue rather. So, for example, we want to learn improve. Okay, 150 gold. We buy a level in that skill. We are done, and let's have a look. Special skills for Philip. Barter. One, I can increase it by 1 skill point for 10 coins now that I know about it. And basically, how good you are trading with shopkeepers. The more of this skill in your party, the more money you get from selling your items. So that will come in handy for the beginning. Not by much, but hopefully we'll be able to pick it up for a couple of other of our members, which will give them something to do. And for now, if we are pretty much looking at very basic, looking to find and earn a little bit of money, doing odd jobs and seeing what's about really. What we will also do is look in here. This is Ephraim. Behind the counter is a very small man with a very big sword. Are you in charge of this smithy? Yes, you can buy or sell weapons here. Don't have much of a stock out here, hard to get good metal, but we do our best. Your wife told me I should ask you about Demon Slayer. He grins wildly and slaps his scabbard. This is Demon Slayer. It is an iron greatsword of impressive aspect. Well, I haven't really slain any demons with it. It's the best sword in these parts, but it's not the genuine article. What do you mean? Where's the real sword? Well, I don't know too much about it, but once a bunch of adventurers and soldiers came down here, got killed off to a man and woman, and one of them, someone told me once, had this amazing demon slaying sword. That was a while ago. He thinks. Of course, then again, he may just have been jealous of my sword. Guys are like that. Wait a moment, can I trouble you with another question? And can I buy and sell some weapons? As you can see, we've got a list of weapons here. Stone dagger, iron dagger, short sword, bronze long swords, and some spears and some javelins. It's not a great repertoire of weapons there. But since it is pretty much assumed that you will go to Avernum as the closest town to actually buy anything, it is pretty much anything you'd need for the starting area. Not that we can afford any of this because we've only got 5 gold now. water, where we'll have that. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can get. We could take a bucket of water and some pincers. I mean, it is worth money, so we could take those because they're not marked as not ours, so we will have that. If only so. Yeah. And then if we, again, there's a bar of iron there, which is worth 50 gold, and there's a great sword, as well as an iron pipe. So there's some interesting bits there if you're willing to go for it. Plus, we will look in. There's another bar of iron. A bar of tin. And a bar of iron. A bucket of water. This is an object. Weighs. It's worth 5 points. It's some sort of strange, mysterious ability. You can't quite figure out what it is. This is a cave-hook bucket used for holding and transportation of water and other liquids. I'm pretty sure if you use a bucket of water, it will try and put something out or make something wet. So, but that's what the little starburst icon is. You'll notice we also had it on our candles, which are light sources. So that's the use option. Now, can I buy and sell some weapons? Let's see. Let's sell the bucket of water and the pincers. Why? Well, we found them, and basically we need all the money we can get right now. Now if we head up here, okay, we see the gate there. Let's have a look around the back. It's always worth looking. Basically, this is where all the hidden good stuff is. Sometimes. I mean, for me, it's also nice to fill in the auto map. So when you see me just kind of wander around and do stuff, you'll know why. Let's have a look at this sign. You read the sign. Adventurers greatly needed. Inquire at the castle. Now, this is fairly kind of open. You go, you might end up in areas out of your depth, but you can pretty much do anything, and within reason, I guess. You can wander around. If you can reach it, you can get to it. And the whole point, I think, is you build up some levels and then go to the castle to engage in the main story. Normally what I do is, before heading off to the castle, you got to go up to the north to Fort Avernum and follow it on from there. They'll take you around quite a bit of area and cover the northeast area of the map, of the big world map. And then you should have enough experience to start coming back and working your way down, because there's all sorts of little quests and hidden bits to explore, and that's what all good RPGs are about when you think about it. Have a look in here. Let's talk to this guy. Talking to Jay. This is a young, well-built man. He is weighed down with 2 heavy leather bags. Greetings to you. Are you a traveller? Yes, I'm a kind of refugee. A refugee? What are you fleeing? Well, I was a farmhand at Fort Avernum. That's some 20 miles to the north. But then the Nephilim started coming south, and I decided to move to more hospitable territory. The Nephilim? We have those on the surface. They're in Avernum too. Yeah, the catheads are starting trouble again. They're building some sort of fort at the north end of this huge cave. It's small now, but Nobody's doing anything about it. Soon it'll be big. Then, watch out. You could find out a lot more about it at Fort Avernum. Go east to Fort Avernum and then north. Okay, can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. Done all that. Now that's J. J is the first of the adventures that you can pick up. Like I said, you can retire one, Avernum, come here and pick him up. But to be honest, I don't see the point in creating a party if you're going to replace them with members of the that you can find anywhere. Where you're going to end up with the same party, aren't you? It'd be different if you only had, say, one member and you wanted to recruit them. That would be completely different. Games involving that sort of mechanism include, the most famous of which is Baldur's Gate, where you can pick up your companions, and part of the fun is trying to form a party out of the people you can find and recruit. This is not really that sort of game. The annoying thing is that J is 3rd level, so he's stronger than what we got here, and has a special skill which I'm not entirely sure if you can find elsewhere. So that's kind of disappointing, but for now, just going to make a note that you can take who is rather a handy warrior, however low level, compared to, say, some of the other companions you'll find. But, you know, can't have everything as they say. Let's go talk to, this is Gary. The barkeep busy polishes the counter. He's tall and has a very ambitious beard. Well, barkeep, any advice on how to stay alive in Avernum? That's a good question. A lot of people come through here asking for my advice. I suggest trying to do down here what you did on the surface, as long as it isn't harmful, of course. Did you run an inn on the surface? Yes. Unfortunately, unknown to me, several rebels were using my place as a base of operation. When the Empire found them, they died. Then, to play it safe, I was sent to Avernum. Not fair, but since when has the Empire been fair? Okay. Any jobs that adventurers such as we could do? As a matter of fact, yes. I'm very interested in finding a natural hot spring. If so, I could profitably expand my innkeeping operation. If you find a nice spring, let me know. I will pay you well. Where would I find such a thing? If I knew, I wouldn't have offered you money to find it now, would I? And the last one. So, Gary, what do you have on tap? I sell mushroom beer, 1 gold. You can also get a room for the night, 5 gold. I have a nice room available. He polishes for a bit. Now we have a choice between drinking and take a private room. Now, to be fair, I've not noticed anything from benefits from drinking, and the private room allows you to enter a room to rest. But we don't really have the money for that nor the need, so we might come back to that. Normally, if I'm just playing for me, instead of being efficient, I usually just have a beer just to, you know, give it a bit of a sense of, you know, that I'm actually adventuring, that this is they're wandering around, they're doing stuff. They don't just adventure, stand around and starve to death, or not eat simply because it's not in the rules, you know. Seems a bit silly to me, but right now, we'll leave that. Fair enough. Anything else? So we've done. Let's talk to this. Chuck. You meet a man in battered armour. He seems to be drinking himself into a stupor. Are you a soldier? No, a mercenary. Are you fighting anyone right now? Yeah, everyone. Fighting the catheads, then the sliffs, and then the catheads, then the sliffs. Hell, I've been beat up by everybody. I'm on vacation now. Go away. That was Chuck, and he was charming. Nothing here to nab. So let's have a look, see what we've got. A locked door, let's leave it, we'll see what happens. And this is, I think this is Gary's room, but we'll see. But there's nothing in there at all. Now it's coming up to 30 minutes and we've explored half of Silvar. So I think what I'll do is I will leave it there for now. Let's save the game for LP4. I will save the game here. We'll continue. We should hopefully finish off exploring Silvar in the next episode. And so until then, this has been Darvain playing Let's Play Avernum. If you like what you see in here, please like, subscribe, share and comment as you feel. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.